Welcome to the Dobsonian Power Night Sessions. Tonight, Wednesday, we have a clear night outside. I like very much the night as it is right now. And we will be watching the sky in real time as usual. This time with a refractor telescope, a budget refractor over a Virtuoso telescope mount, also a budget mount, and with a quad band filter to test it finally with this refractor. With a night like this, the refractor may shine in the night. And I'm anxious to know and very curious to know how it behaves with this new quad band filter, which is a narrow band filter. For the people that doesn't know, it will cut most of the light except the important light from certain wave bands from the nebulae. And we have start having large nebulae, very nice for this refractor to shine bright in the sky because nebulae like the Veil Nebula, the Crescent, the Eagle Nebula, the Trifid will be soon also here, the Lagoon, summer season. This is summer. I hope you're having an awesome week and welcome tonight, Joaquin, West Coast Winds, Dobsonian Power.
Dobsonian Power.
Astrothib, Books Night, Whole Bunch, Ray, Puna, Predatak. We will have also breaking news, very interesting news, recent news for you to know and increase your knowledge about the astronomy topic. And we will be testing also my new configuration here. Upper in the sky are the Crescent at 40 already, it's getting better. And the Veil, we can try the Veil. C34, NGC 6960. NGC. Let's see how it behaves with a witch's broom. Go there. Let's go, let's go. John, your first live sky. Congratulations. I'm excited too. Let me see if we can see anything, because I'm not watching anything. Ah, it's here. It's this star, I remember. And I see something here. It's much easier with the Dob. I'm always talking about the Dob, but it's the true. It's the true. It's what I feel. Let's see, it will be tiny, so we can get... It's this star. It's here. I can barely see the witch's broom. And here should be more nebulosity. We will do it like this. Let me see Stellarium to remember. Yes. If I place the star, let me see. ZWO 294, Telescope, ED72, Nexus. So if I place the star, if I place this like this, we'll cover a bit of the Batman here, but Batman head. We can try it. It's the beauty of the refractor. We have to benefit from the power of the refractor, which is a large field of view. That's why I have it. Let's push this star is my reference here, this bright star. Well, it looks like the broadband filter, the quad band filter, it's narrow band, is working fine so far. Look, here it is at the bottom. The Batman head. But it will be a bit cropped. Let me move a bit more to the left. Let's see what this wonderful telescope, a budget telescope, can give us. And this virtuoso mount. We're talking about $400 of the telescope, $400 of the mount with a virtuoso, so 2 telescopes. About 800 of the camera. Thank you, AstroThebe, for gifting 5 Dobsonian Power memberships. Crazy! Thank you! I think we passed already the 100 members. By the way, another thing, I picked already the name of that you chose of the 8-inch Dobsonian, but I want to make the graphics, and when we use again the 8-inch will be when I will reveal. I want to make some graphics like this.
The king.
But for the other one, let's live stack a bit more to see if we can get the Batman, at least the mouth. The mouth it will be cut. Let's stabilize the mount. Yes, I did, Jord. I did live streams with the AZ224, but we waste more time looking for the object, and it's much more noisy. As I have the 294, I always use this. Actually, let me start live stacking. 10 seconds. Come on, Refractor, don't let me down. In the future, we will give you a name if you behave well. Otherwise, I have something for you. Here. If the Refractor doesn't behave well, I will get a viral video for the first time destroying the Refractor. With a hammer. It's here. Right next to me. Okay, the 10 seconds are not working because of the mount. I will lower it to 8 seconds. I don't want to complicate things. It's not relevant. It's the mount connection. Welcome, Predattack. Yeah, the mount. Let me try to stabilize this stupid mount. Let's see now. Ten seconds. To the hammer. Now it's good. 10 seconds now. When the mount stabilize. Okay, let's I'm very curious to know. Histogram to the left a bit. We'll stretch it. And bam. Look at this. It's starting. Oh, I think this is with the flats of the I have to take off the flats. Of the 12-inch, they will not work here for sure. Well, let's see. Let me adjust the histogram. No, 10 seconds it's not working. Still unstable the mount. I will do 8 seconds and remove the flats to see what happens. Because the flats work very well, but on the 12-inch Dobsonian telescope, our king.
That king.
Oof, I just spoiled it. Well, it doesn't matter. I just spoiled it. Don't tell anybody, the ones that saw what happened. I just spoiled it. I messed it all. I tried to stop it, but it was too late. Well, it's not. You saw it. Don't tell anybody. I will cut it at the end of the stream. We can have secrets here. We can delay them, but... So, I'm working with... This is a test also, the quad band filter. This is over light pollution from the city. This is why I'm curious about it. Let me check the enhancement. Because this should be different than... This should be different than the Dobsonian. We saw nothing. Well... Okay. I tried to stop it right away. Very stable now. You see the green 4, 4, 4, 4, 397, 4. The 4, this measure here, you will get used with any telescope. This works with any telescope. As long as you use sharp cap and you are live stacking. Here on the filter, full width half maximum, which is FWHM. It's a filter to measure the stars, and you say, I don't want when the stars go larger than this. I have 6 right now. I can lower to 5. 5. Because I see that there's an average of 4 of the measure of my stars right now. You can use it with any telescope to avoid bad frames. If the mount now moves suddenly, if the mount now moves, it will be rejected. So I can keep the image that I have here right now. This is a test also with a quad band filter. I have no idea. I think I'm not convinced yet, fully convinced. Because of that thing of the halos. Well, I am convinced about the results in the Dobsonians. At least with a 12-inch, which was a Dobsonian I tried with. More detail on the nebulosity of the nebula. But halo in a super bright star like this one. Here in the refractor. Incredible, we have no halo, but we have the movement of the mount. We still have the movement of the mount. It's incredible. The mount is... Of course, in a refractor we don't see the defect so much. If it was the Dobsonian was like this, the image. The image in the Dobsonian will be like this. So the stars, the defects are visible. And I think it's the mount. Or maybe the... Maybe the focal reducer is not in a good position with this filter. I have to check it. Maybe it's not the mount. because the Nexus works well with the other filter. Now that I added a filter drawer and I'm using a quad band filter, a narrow band filter, I'm watching the edges with coma here, with distortion. You see? But not so much in the middle of the screen. So that means that I have to do something about the position. Weird, because in the Newtonian didn't happen. This is very weird. The more stuff we have... Let me check. No, the distortion here is all... They are all elongated to the same side. So this means it's the platform, the equatorial platform. All, even at the middle, you see? All in diagonal. Beautiful. This one with it's only with neat image, not post-processed with anything else. It's very pure, this image. I placed the neat because the neat, I don't push it too much. It's much more softer than the topaz denoise. It leaves some noise because I don't push it too much on purpose. It's intentional to leave it like more natural. This is a 12-inch Dobsonian with a bad night. It's curious, I prefer the image from the Dobsonian. At least to watch it live. Let me see if I can change here anything that... Yeah. I can take off a bit of the gradient using a filter here. It seems a miscollimated... Well, it can be not miscollimated, but it's a thing that I don't like. It's the clamping rings. I insert the imaging train with the Nexus and then I tighten the screws of the clamping rings and always does a bit, bends a bit. Always. Can be that. I have to check. Seven minutes. Let's push a bit here. It needs time. I'm sure that these 7 minutes with the Bader neodymium or an infrared cut filter only will be much better. So we have to wait a bit for the image to evolve here. It's not bad, but you know that what I want is to watch it live. Let's see if we can get some nebulosity here. It's difficult, it's very faint. But at least this here, below the witch's broom here. Let's see what the refractor can do paired with this filter. And then I will change, it's a quick changement. I change for the Bader neodymium to check. And I adjust the clamping rings, the pressure, to see if it helps. As I had to to refocus anyway. It's beautiful in it, John. It's in real time. We are watching in real time. If we push the histogram, probably we'll see better in the live stream. And the histogram is okay here. A bit to the left. Usually I like it more here to the right. The middle. It needs time, Samir, also. Don't forget that. As far as I know, from what I saw of pictures with the telescopes with this filter, there are not too many out there, but it needs at least half an hour to get the same kind of detail that we get from the Dobsonian without a filter, or without this filter, with a regular filter. At least half an hour. When with other filters, lower, broadband, we can have it in 10 minutes or so. And the better, 1.5, 90 minutes. 1 hour and a half. But 1 hour, it's a huge difference already. But at least half an hour, 30 minutes to get a good detail. It's what I saw. And we start seeing it. We start seeing it at the Batman head. Here. It's the one that is more... Yeah, this is weird. I'll try the clamps. Well, I changed the spacers, and because of the filter drawer, it may have to be with that. The Newtonian seems to be more forgiven with the Nexus, because if I change 2 or 3 millimeters up or down in the distance of the back focus of the stars on the Nexus, the focal reducer is this focal reducer. With the Dobsonians, the image keeps pinpoint stars until the edges. But I can see that the refractor, something happened. Or is the filter, which I doubt, or the back focus. I may need to increase a bit or decrease a bit. I will check tomorrow or something. So 11 minutes, we will have a bit more. Now, we have a very interesting thing to tell you.
Breaking news.
It's too much, yes. Samir, you can count on that. That's why narrowband, and remember this one is a soft narrowband. This has 35 nanometers. The other ones, from the L Extreme and the Ultimate, those are terrible for us. But the other one from Optalong and the NBZ are not so strong, but they are stronger than this. Very interesting thing. This was 2 days ago, but I will put you in context because it's one of the reasons that I'm here with you. It's not for the pictures. This is to watch the sky in real time, but also to increase a bit the knowledge without being heavy with scientific stuff, too much scientific stuff, in a pleasant way, for us to be remembering things that are important, at least for us that like astronomy. Of course, people that are obsessed with soccer and football and stuff like that will not like this kind of information. But I know that you will like, so I will be... Let me open here first to to have it prepared for you because this is amazing. This is amazing. First, I will show you the picture. This is, most of you know already, this is a TRAPPIST-1 system. It's a solar system. It's located in the constellation of Aquarius. So soon, now it's Saturn over Aquarius. Soon you will be watching Aquarius now deep in the summer, and you will likely remember this information, which is a funny thing when we are watching the sky to process all of that information. This is a solar system that we are studying. We, NASA, as everybody, is studying a lot because it has higher chances of having a super Earth, a planet similar to Earth. I put you on context. This is the Sun. It's a red dwarf here, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planets. Okay. Now they studied already the TRAPPIST-1b. It's the first one. It's the equivalent to Mercury, to our solar system, and they studied that already. They were studying now the 1c, which is supposed to be similar to Venus in our solar system, and they were studying, but they were taking too much to release the information. I remember to tell you many months ago, that they were taking too much time to release the information they collected with James Webb and everything about the TRAPPIST-1c. Now, 2 days ago, they released the information, and I will show you, and that's the important thing. But I want to put you in context because now they studied already the 1c. But both of these planets, the B and the C, they studied, are out of the habitable zone. This green circle here, where is the planet D, E, and F, are the ones, and G is the habitable zone, and these are the 4 planets that can have life or not. But if there's life, it's likely to be here in one of those. So it's not hard to make the math. Mercury, Venus, Earth equivalent. Now they will study all this system, and it's very interesting. They compare here Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. So this could be like Earth, the D or the E, likely. So I'm very, 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 very curious to know, of course, the results of the D and the E, especially this one, E, because the D is still on the red line. Now, you can see here on NASA, because we like to search on good information, you can see here the system. You have this page when you can see the TRAPPIST system, and you can compare, for instance, the planet E. You see? You can compare with Earth, for instance. It's very similar in size, etc. Okay? You can play here with the exoplanets. These ones are the ones that are more important right now. The 1D is one of the 7 Earth-sized planets in TRAPPIST-1 system. So I'm very curious about that one. Now, the news are: Webb rules out thick carbon dioxide atmosphere for rocky exoplanet. This was TRAPPIST-1c information. They didn't find anything, of course, and it was expected, but they could see what can be a carbon dioxide atmosphere. And they say here, James Webb Space Telescope to calculate the amount of heat energy coming from the rocky exoplanet TRAPPIST-1c. The result suggests that a planet's atmosphere, if it exists at all, they don't know, is extremely thin. This is a summary of the information. So I will not go deep into this. It's only for us to remember that they just released this information about the second planet, which is similar to Venus in our solar system, and they could have the evidence, or not the evidence, the results suggest that atmosphere can exist or not, and if it exists, it will be extremely thin. Okay, that was the important news, but I think this kind of study in the future will give us much more excitement and curiosity around it, and hopefully we can find something different and more spectacular than what we found already. Let's come back to our reality here, the Veil Nebula. This down here is the Batman, because it looks like the head of the Batman. You see, it's the Eastern Veil Nebula. It's divided. It's the Eastern Veil Nebula because it's too large. This is the mouth, this is the nose, this is the eyes, and this is the head. So this is a representative face of Batman, if you want. We humans like to watch faces, identify or recognize faces everywhere. It's how our brain is made of. Thanks, Abiosis. Odin, that's right, that's good. I'm talking about the people that are obsessed. As I am obsessed with Dobsonians and astronomy, there are people that are obsessed. I talk about soccer, but other stuff also. Can be any... Usually it's sports, but politics, anything. People obsessive. So, and here at the top we have the witch's broom, which looks like a witch's broom. In this case, we are using a refractor, which has a 294 camera with a large field of view, so we can capture this large part of the sky with the additional help of the stars on the nexus, which also increase the size of the image live. We are watching it live, and we are watching it from here. Planet Earth. Continent Europe. Country Portugal. Region Algarve. 37 latitude Bortle 5. You know, Mazif, I thought about starting once one live stream like that. I just didn't tell that because I thought, you know, that in YouTube we have to be careful with what we say. And I was thinking, well, sensitive people may not like this kind of joke, because I was going to say that at the beginning of the stream when I say, I'm Tiago, I'm your host. Sometimes I say it, but you can say it without problem. But me as a creator, I have the responsibility to avoid sensitive topics. It's hard, but... And that's true. And that's true. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Very, very, very. And I like it. It's not something that... because usually the additions hurt our lives. They change our lives for worse. Any addition. But this kind... no, because we don't... As long as we don't leave the... as long as we don't let this hobby to go over or to smash the rest of our lives, and it's easy to do that. It's a different connection because we connect with the sky, with the universe, and that change our brains in a way. It's different. While other addictions, they change for worse. They, you know, and some of them physical problems, and we don't have that, which is good. It's a good addition. Well, be aware, the people that start getting addicted to astrophotography, You know very well, if you don't know, you should, that there's a threshold. You learn a long learning curve, you learn, you go through that learning curve, but it will be a moment in your life that you did already everything, and the only thing that you can add to improve, because it's your goal, no? To improve your pictures, will be buy more stuff, better gear. I was talking, well, not the other day, maybe 2 years ago, but I remember as it was yesterday with a friend. The guy is a very, very good astrophotographer. Only astrophotography, he doesn't do almost any visual and anything. Astrophotography, refractor, all that stuff. And he works for a big company, astro company. And he said, I was talking at the phone, and I asked him, and you, what have you been doing in astrophotography and stuff? Well, I'm not doing anything right now, Tiago. Why is that? Why are you not doing anything? Because I reached many time ago, I reached a limit where I know that the only way I can improve what I'm doing right now, because I'm doing right now what I did last year and what I did the year before with that material, and the only way I can improve for next year or for this year will be buying better gear, and that's not an option right now. I'm having kids, blah blah blah, you know, things of life. And that was the moment I realized the path of astrophotography has that danger and there's that dark side. While we visually we can have the addiction to the eyepieces, to everything, but we can manage in a way like we do in EAA. We can buy filters, etc., and more stuff, but we can control more or less that. In astrophotography, there's so many stuff that you can buy and spend money in, and expensive stuff that well, I have the aperture fever also. Yes, I admit, we have the aperture fever. We want more and more larger Dobsonians, so I'm guilty of that also. Let's see how it works. 26 minutes, and I will save this. I will save this. Oh yeah, Antonio, but a musician is different. Music is art. It will be in your soul forever. The mount did something. I don't know what. Okay, not bad for a refractor. But now I just will change the filter and quickly see the difference to the Bather Neodymium. Hold on, it's quickly. Let's see how the Bather Neodymium behaves. I will refocus. I will reset this. Of course, it's not stacking because I changed everything. I readjusted the compression ring. So I unscrew again, basically. But I still can see the distortions, look. I don't need... Look at the edge, you see? And look at the middle, you see? Round at the middle. So this... but this happens when it's out of focus. Let's focus first. In the Newtonian happened the same. The edges, the donuts get a mess. So let's focus... refocus this. And see what happens. Refocus the refractor. A $400 refractor from Skywatcher. A very good entry point. Virtuoso telescope. And a refractor for the large field. I'm refocusing. Okay, I think it's focused. And we have the distortions. So this will be... yes. More than we had before. This is the change. I have to change the position. Look here. Look like seagulls. Well, we will have always some distortions because it's a stars on the nexus. It's for Newtonian, not designed for refractors. I'm just using it to have a wider field of view and a faster telescope. And now, let's see where the nebula is. The star is here. I just have to move the mount a bit. Readjust this. And let's see the difference. This is the Veil Nebula, but we have to stack it to make it pop. I don't remember how many seconds I was using. Let me check. Eight seconds. So I will use the same. And let's see which filter is the best for this nebula in this telescope. I forgot to use the stretch mode here, which will be fine to make the nebula pop, but I forgot, so I will not use it right now. You can see already the histogram much more to the left, to the right. Is at the middle now. Because it's not cutting too much light. I have to take off the flats. Forgot. And restart. Yeah, Star Guy, to process the software, it's a mess. So let's see what happens. Bit more noisy, I can see. I should move the nebula up. Hold on. Let's move the telescope. To get a similar image. Stabilize this. And 8 seconds. Hello, Star Guy. Yes, you can, Renato. With a 6-inch, you can. Actually, I usually do it right here. But you need a camera to watch it properly. I use this 6-inch, $400. Tropical waves, clouds and rain all week on Florida. Flats. So far, I think I still prefer the neodymium. We'll see. We'll see with the refractor now. It's a broadband filter, you can use it with everything. Galaxies also, with planets, with the moon. It works with every object, planetary nebulae. Of course, it can be costly. Just histogram. Watch it better. Look how many stars we have there. Milky Way. The better neodymium is pushing better the oxygen. No. Let's wait. Getting more detail. This part of the nebula, the Veil Nebula, the Batman head, or the Eastern Veil Nebula, is the one that pops the most at the beginning. Look, comparing to this part here. Look at the difference the ones that were here with a 12-inch, at this time with only 2 minutes and a half, this witch's broom was already so defined in the screen. You see why the Dobsonians... Another thing that makes me prefer the Dobsonians to watch the sky live. Yes, you can. Of course, Samir. You can do visual also. The darker place, the better. But now with the planets also, they will be small, but you can use higher magnifications. For my 6-inch, I will tell you what I do. For my 6-inch Virtuoso, this one, it's a 6-inch. Here it's completed. Here it's collapsed to transport. So this 6-inch, what I usually do is to get a 5mm eyepiece. In my case, I don't have a 1 1/4 because it's 1 1/4 focuser. As I don't have a 1 1/4 focuser, I use a 25mm eyepiece with a 5x Barlow, which means you divide the 25mm of the focal length of the eyepiece by 5 and you get 5mm. Using a 25mm eyepiece with this Barlow, 5x Barlow, you get the same as a 5mm eyepiece in your 6-inch. And it's the way I go to watch the planets with the 6-inch. However, in a 6-inch, they will be always smaller, even with this magnification. You can't go too much further. This is a Bortal 5. And not so... You can't get so much detail as you can with, for instance, the 8-inch that I also have, and especially the 12-inch Dobsonian telescope, our king.
The king.
But with better eye relief, yes, Ray. For the moment, I vote quad band. Yes, I think at least with this Nebula. And the other day with the Dobsonian was better. Look, it's so faint here. Still so faint. Remember, we don't have aperture here. But the difference is much more pronounced with a refractor, I think, rather than the Newtonian. So I think the quad band, when I figure out the right or a better back focus, the distance in the imaging train of the elements, the focal reducer, the spacers, the filter drawer. When I figure it out, to have it as I had before, without the filter drawer, I have to check. It's a good combo, the quad band with this telescope. Look at the witch's broom, so faint, right now, without aperture. Look at the difference. Now we have already 6 minutes. Look at the difference with the king. With the same time. I will pull, let me see how many frames here. Well, the first one was 4 seconds. 228 seconds. You'll see the difference. 228 divided by 60, 3 minutes, 0.8. $77, I have here 100, 450. This was about 7 minutes, 0.6. I will show you. With the same time, this was not processed, the same time with a 12-inch Dobsonian and the quad band. Look at the details we have here, comparing with the details of the refractor. Of course, the refractor, you will use it for astrophotography, you will use it for long exposures all the night here taking pictures. But don't think the refractor is not good. This refractor, because even without the quad band filter, this tiny 72ED refractor took better pictures. Look at this one, better neodymium. I wonder how it will go with a quad band. This is a triplet. Rosette, look at this beauty. I wonder how it will be with a quad band. It will be a good combo. You see, we still have the distortions, look. The distortions will be there, because it's a Starizona Nexus. It's not... If I was going to get the right reducer for this telescope, because they have the 72ED, then they have the 80 or something, and the 120, something like that. They have different of this segment of this telescope with different apertures, and each one has a dedicated proper focal reducer. So there's a focal reducer for the 72, there's a focal reducer for the 80, there's a focal reducer for the 120, and they are expensive. Let me see how much. I remember they are expensive, and as I had already the Starizona Nexus, I took the chance. It was not supposed to work, of course, but it worked. (72ED), you see? Now this is a rotator. Skywatcher, focal reducer for the 72, 279. This is the right reducer that people buy for this telescope I'm using right now. I don't have this. It's a 0.85. And there's more for the EVOSTAR, the others. The 80 here, 279. The 110, 20, the same price. You see? And I have a sponsor. I could ask him for for that. But as I saw the Stars on the Nexus working, I can live with these a bit distorted edges. It's a refractor, wide field. Zooming out, you don't see anything. Thanks, Ray. Yeah, but I'm using, let me check. Don't tell me that I changed the filters, because we never know. They are here. No, this is the... there's nothing in the edges. It's the quad band here. And I'm using the Badr Neodymium. And it was supposed to be the opposite. It's weird. It was supposed to pop more with the Neodymium. At the beginning. At least at the beginning. Well, I think it's clearly better with the narrowband filter. I got a good use for the narrowband filter for so far. I will keep checking with the Newtonians. Yeah, it's very different. Save this. Look. This one comparing to the other. No processment. At the left, the Neodymium, and at the right, the narrowband filter. Well, with more time, but we clearly can see that the narrowband works much better, even that we have here we have 200 frames and here at the left only 100. That's a bit an unfair comparison. But I remember when we were watching, this one was already much more detailed. Yeah. Narrowband was a good investment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of the week. Bye bye now.